Men may die, but their deeds don't. Like diamonds, this deed lives forever. What would you want to be remembered for? The confirmation of the news of the death of the former President Muhammadu Buhari filtered in like a rumor, and reactions started pouring in like wildfire in a Harmattan season. Despite the Club Cup final between Chelsea and PSG, anyway, by the way, congratulations to Chelsea fans, Nigerians still find time to express themselves over the demise of a man who was given a second opportunity at leadership. He's so much converted, but blew it with nepotistic and unawareness behavior. When I tell people, say, na who lose the election for Nigeria, na him win, people will say, na lie. Imagine if Buhari had not had a second chance to govern this country. If people like Tinubu and his people, despite knowing his weakness and antecedent and incapacitation over his age, had not packaged him as a born-again Democrat to deceive Nigerians, the eulogies today would have been very different. A lot of praises would have been pouring in as the man who meant so well for Nigeria, but didn't have the opportunity to govern again. People would have even replaced his name with the best president Nigeria never had. But alas, he had his opportunity and he blew it. He was favored by the gods, adorned by humans. Some of the humans who trekked from Lagos to Abuja as a sign of honor for him when he won the presidency. His body language alone frightened a lot of people. Even the civil service, the moment he entered office, everybody fell into line. A man who was touted as the anti-corruption SARS, but was not in a hurry to change anything. Rather, he adjusted to the corruption he found and saw no evil once he was committed by people around him. As he turned a blind eye to even his friend Ganduje's bribe taking, and everybody around him suddenly realized that the man was unaware and incapable of even doing anything. And so they started grabbing as much as they wanted while he remains mute. He went about his business, changing his life to a youngish, fresh look, and spent 8 years holidaying all over the world and was being treated by the best doctors in UK. And as the country was bleeding from insecurity, he was enjoying the paraphernalia of a president of a poor oil country. And his daughters were flying private jet to even go take pictures of festivals. The transformation was so hard to believe that even people like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and his group were convinced that the real Buhari had died and the fresh guy we were saying was a clone guy, Jubre from Sudan. And you won't blame them. And even in death, Nigerians, a people that hardly speak ill of death, are not in a hurry to forget his bad deeds. A government that slaughtered hundreds of shites, men, women, and children, ordered soldiers of the Nigerian army to open fire on peaceful and defenseless end-SARS protesters waving the Nigerian flag because, according to Buhari, they were coming to remove him from office. He ordered the killings of young Southerners who he branded as IPOB, disobeyed court orders endlessly, jailed critics like Showore, destroyed the economy, and ruined everything he touched. Muhammadu Buhari left a legacy of debts which almost doubled from 18% to 38% of the GDP, and inflation at 22.4%, with 133 million Nigerians in poverty. And despite all of this, some of his people, including some of those in government now, and others who are collating to end bad governance, saw no evil but participated in the evil. However, he completed the railway line in Warri-Itakpe, the Abuja Light Rail, Abuja-Kaduna Railway, Lagos-Ibadan Railway, and the Kaduna-Kano, Lagos-Ibadan, Enugu-Port Harcourt, Bodo and Boni, and then the Apapa-Oshodi-Oworoshoki road project as testament to his huge spending. He would also take pride in the Ajakuta-Kano-Kaduna railway line and the AKK gas project, which nepotism did not allow them award to the most suited company for that job because the person is Southerner. Anyway, that's a story for another day. So how do you tell Nigerians to mourn such a leader? I will therefore advocate our leaders today should remember it is not the number of days one spent in office that matters, but the quality of leadership and its impact in the people's life put in those days. They should also remember that the lifespan of a political office holder is like that of a tenured monarch, and that no matter how long it takes, it will come to an end someday. So what would they be remembered for? President Tinubu and his administration should use this as an opportunity to introspect Remember also his age. Bring back monies in foreign bank accounts to the country. Empty their pocket to rebuild Nigeria. Use this as an opportunity to recalibrate his government and bring in more competent hands. Create a presidential office for research and development, monitoring and evaluation of key performance indicators to enable him leave a legacy that will be worth celebrating when his story comes to an end. But if he chooses to be dead to this admonition, and remain alive to vanity, he should remember that man is nothing but a breathing corpse. And if you are no longer alive to receive the insult, don't put your family through it. Make we leave our here small to enable us also hear your thoughts on and comments on the issue. And also, like I say, feel free to press the subscribe button and then also share. But the Bible says we should not judge so that we will not be judged. But I say today, like my friend Chuka Honor, judge so that you also will be judged. That is the only way we can build a better society.